Hello, today we're going to make some cute Christmas earrings. I have a couple more ideas for you. So the ones I'm doing right now, those are going to be stud earrings, and we're also going to do some little dangles. So the first thing you want to do is put your UV resin, which you need a UV light to cure, directly into the mold. We're going to put it about halfway full, and then I'm going to take the toothpick and use some mica powder to mix directly into the resin. I'm not going to use a little cup to mix it because I don't want to waste the cup. I'm only doing a few of these little earrings, so it's not worth it. Just mix it directly in there and then put a little bit of green mica powder in as well. The top ones here are going to have more red and the bottom ones are going to be more green. And that's going to be the background for our earring because this is the bottom of our earring that we're doing. And just mix it into where you don't really see any of the powder anymore. It'll give it a pretty swirl effect. Put it under the UV light for 1 minute and then put a very little bit of UV resin. Just enough because we're going to put some fake sprinkles in here to set those sprinkles so they don't move for the next step. So I'm going to add some little peppermint pieces. These circles are the perfect size to include 1 sprinkle per circle. So it worked out really well. Then we're going to put some Santas and some snowflakes in. The peppermint will be the top of the earring. So if you want to know where I got these sprinkles or anything else that I'm using in this video, it's going to be in the description of the video. I'll have links for you so you can follow those and find what you're looking for. And then also, if you look at my past videos here on this channel, I have been using these sprinkles. If you hear my dog bark, sorry. I've been using these sprinkles a lot, and I'm using the same pack. I haven't bought another pack, and they last a long time, and you can use them in so many cute ways, and I've been loving thinking of ideas on how to use them. So put that under the UV light to set them so they don't move, and then just fill the mold the rest of the way with resin. This is UV resin again. So you want to do it completely even to the mold. Then once we take them out, I'm going to dome them just to give them a nice finished look. I just like the way doming the earrings finishes it off. So once you do that, pop your bubbles and put it under the UV light for a minute. They're going to continue curing with our next project, so just a minute is fine for now. So these little circles, the top one is actually the one closest to us. It's actually ovals. And the one on the top of the screen is actually circles, which I didn't realize until I got closer. So I'm going to be mixing red mica powder into the resin. Get that all mixed up. Kind of got the powder everywhere, but it's okay. Put it under the UV light for a minute to set that, and then just put a little tiny bit of UV resin. We're going to put some more of those fake sprinkles in here, and it's going to be used to set those in place for our next step. In the circle ones, I'm going to put the peppermints. They worked out really well for that one. And then in the oval one, I'm going to put these really adorable gingerbread houses. They're so cute. I love those. And just use your toothpick to get it right where you want it. And then use the UV light, really just UV light for like 30 seconds because you're going to continue curing on your next step. Just enough to where it won't move. And for the next step, I'm going to pour it and fill it with resin, but I'm also going to take some of these gold foil. I'm going to use the toothpick to very carefully tear little tiny pieces of it and then spread it gently on the edges to make a little bit of a border and just to bring some more interest to the piece. Make sure it's not covering up your gingerbread house and peppermint, and it's just going along the border. And before you put your UV light on it, just take a good look at it and push any of the gold foil out of the way if it did run into your sprinkle at all. I just think it really adds something to the earring and it makes it really cute. Pop your bubbles and put it under the UV light for a couple minutes. I like to, anytime I'm using a mold, first of all, UV resin, only use a clear mold. And I always like to flip it over and use it UV Resin Light on the back too. That way it cures the back, or you'll have like a weird residue where it didn't cure on the back. So these turned out really cute, and this is where I'm going to show you how to dome the front. You just put a very little bit of resin and take your toothpick and very carefully move the resin to the edges without making it run over. Very gently. And then put it under the UV light for 2 to 3 minutes after you pop the bubbles. And that is really going to make it have a finished and polished look. Now I'm going to show you how to put your stud on. So I thought it would be really cute. These didn't have holes in them, so I thought it would be really cute to make them into a stud earring. So you're just going to put some UV resin, not a whole lot, but just a little bit on the back. Slide that earring there to the top without making any resin fall over the edges. Very gently take your toothpick and move the resin all over that back of the stud, and then all along the edges, just like you domed the front. Finish doming the rest of the back. It's going to give it a finished look. It's going to make that stud a part of the earring now, and it will not fall off. Once you do that, you can pop your bubbles and put it under the UV light. You'll want to do that for about 2 to 3 minutes. You can just do it until it sets and then set it aside and do all of them at the same time towards the end to save time. That way all your pieces are under the light at the same time. But you do want to set it so it doesn't run over first. So I wanted to show you, as you get better, you could do more and more of these at the same time. You just never want to do too many where you could risk it going over the edges and then you have a ruined earring. So don't try to overdo it. Just over time, you'll get better and better and be able to do more and more. This is just what it looks like to be able to do 2 at the same time. I wouldn't do too much more at the same time just because, again, you're risking it. Where it's domed, it's just pulling there on the edges. You don't want to risk it going over and running everywhere. It gets messy. So the natural light was hitting that one, so it's actually already a little bit cured. So put it under the light. And then this is how I'm finishing off the little dangles. The reason being is because it's a thicker mold, so it makes a thicker earring. And my jump rings don't fit those. And I don't want to put a really, really big jump ring on this tiny little earring. So I just decided to do it how I sometimes do my keychains and take this eye pin and wrap it around. It's really hard to get this on video because I can't get close enough like I need to be to see what I'm doing. But I tried to get it on video as best as I can. I have another one where I'm doing a keychain. In one of my other videos, you might be able to see it a little better. But that's how I made the jump ring for those dangles. And then this is how you finish putting it on the display card. I have this box of rubber backs, but the rubber backs also come in the stud pack as well. You can get a big stud pack. I'll link it in my description of the video. And then if I have too much space left on my display card, I cut it because I can't stand that extra space if it's a smaller earring. So that's what it looks like once that's cut down. And these turned out so cute. I have so many more ideas for this particular mold of that earring. So I'm going to do another video just for those. And give me your ideas too, please, and I'll use them. So this is the dangle. I'm actually opening up the earring hook just slightly and then putting that what we made into it and then very gently closing that back. Instead of adding another jump ring, it just makes it longer and more bulky. So this is just a good way to finish that earring off. And it looks really pretty. So this is the eye hook I was telling you about. That's what we used. You can get a pack of those. I love how these turned out. I have a lot more Christmas videos on my channel. Please check those out. Please like and subscribe. Tell me which one's your favorite and give me some more ideas for some more future Christmas videos. We're going to be doing Christmas videos up until Christmas. And then, of course, we'll just go back to all the other ideas. Merry Christmas.